What is up, homies? Welcome back to another movie reaction from Heroes Reforged. We're diving into the Jurassic Park series. I have very, very selective memory of some of these movies, but I'm excited to rewatch this series, rewatch it with you guys, because I feel like I discover new things about these movies, all movies, truthfully, because, you know, that's just how it goes when you haven't seen something in so long. But also, I'm not a big fan of some of these movies, so I'm excited to see if they rise up in the rankings or they decline in the rankings. But I think we all can agree that Jurassic Park, the original from 1993, is the best. I don't know if anything's gonna top that for me.
It's not only the best, Adam, this is a masterpiece. This is one of the greatest movies ever made.
Yeah.
So like, we're gonna have a lovely morning watching this, but I'm extremely excited because after watching the trailer for the new Jurassic movie, getting the response from you guys, especially Augustine being like, I didn't see these newer whatevers. I'm like,
the whole sequel trilogy.
I want to watch these with you guys so bad because they are fascinating to talk about, but I believe that Fallen Kingdom is the second best Jurassic Park movie, and I will go to bat for it, and I can't wait to get to that one. That's the Last Jedi of the Jurassic movies. It's like episode 5, right in the middle of, you know, the thing.
That's absolutely crazy. This is the quintessential 90s movie magic, nostalgia feeling. It hit all the marks without trying to hit all the marks, and this movie will just never get old. It will never get worse with time. Like the CG to me still looks fucking fantastic, and then given the context of the time, oh my god, I knew people thought that there was real dinosaurs when it first came out because nobody had ever seen anything like this. So yeah, it was cool. It was really, really cool, and I can't wait to get into it. So let's go.
All right, but if you guys want to follow along, of course, you can sync up your own copy. Join us on our Patreon. We have the Uncut Reaction, and we'll have them for all the movies and Camp Cretaceous. So jump over there, check that out. We've got it for all the movies we're watching and all the shows we're watching. So that'll be a lot of fun. I'm hoping it's good. But yeah, I'm just ready to jump into this. So let's do it.
Let's go.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Already, so good.
Johnny Williams just coming in strong.
Yeah,
this
coming in
this
hot.
90s ass font that I love. It's so iconic for Jurassic Park.
So
it looks like
good.
the Flintstones.
It's so good.
It's great.
Yeah.
I think I worked on this shot in 3D, and it was
oh god,
impossible. Just like leaves.
That
oh my
sucks.
god.
Yeah,
I did. I worked on that
dude.
first shot.
In the dark. No thanks.
I guess this could also only work pre-internet. In a world without the internet, that like all of these like Nicaraguans were hired to work at this park, and nobody knew that they had dinosaurs. That's
dinosaurios.
Crazy, I know they must have signed some NDAs and stuff, but like, come on. Maybe theme park enthusiasts are different these days.
That sound.
That's crazy.
Loading team, step away. Gatekeeper.
Guys, we have a loading team. We need a gatekeeper team. What are we doing? Just this one guy?
You're just asking for it.
Yeah.
Also, Mr. Spielberg, I know it's 1993, but the optics of the first death being a black guy in Jurassic Park, not great. Not great. But damn, this actor sells it though, dude. This is horrifying. Look at that.
This is crazy scary.
Jesus.
He's like, the raptor's like, oh, I'm gonna remember you.
So good.
Iconic. Just everything in this movie is iconic.
A lot of these types of shots we just don't do anymore. Like today, you would look at that shot of the close up of the mouth and be like, "That is so corny," and I'm like, "It's not though."
I know.
That works. That works.
That even Muldoon had to like resort to like shooter, kill this dinosaur to save this man's life, and they didn't, or they couldn't. It didn't stop it.
What's to say here at the airport? Hammond's not even here? We are facing a $20 million lawsuit by the family of that worker, and you're telling me that Hammond can't even bother to see me?
He had to leave early.
Can't even bother to see me?
Muchachos, échame luz.
Why not?
Because Grant's like me. He's a digger. Que lindo es.
What a shot.
So good, man. So
Oh
good.
my God. Steven Spielberg just cooking.
You also notice with a lot
And
of
you
these
notice,
older
like-
movies, the trend of like not having everything out of focus, right? So like the lenses are not open all the way. There's deep focus, so you can see the background. You see all the workers working. It's like the full frame is more or less in focus for a lot of this movie. And nowadays we're a little bit obsessed, I think, with like very shallow depth of field.
Damn.
And that last shot too, there was a guy with the light on his hat off to the left, and when he says like "Échame luz," he doesn't look at the amber because I think somebody told him, dude, when you look at the amber, like it goes right into the camera, or so he just kind of looks down a little bit behind the digger. It's great.
Yeah, the two of them. I noticed that. There's only one guy shining his light on the thing.
It's one way to
It's
do
still
it.
cinematic as hell.
Look at the hair on this guy.
It's
God
crazy.
damn.
It's crazy how much this movie feels like it's really happening, and all the other movies feel like they're franchise Hollywood movies. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
A few more years development and we won't even have to dig anymore.
Where's the fun in that? Well, maybe dinosaurs have more in common with present-day birds than they do with reptiles.
Look at the pubic bone turned backward, just like a bird. Look at the vertebrae.
This is great. Felt cutting edge.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't look very scary.
Oh, this fucking
More
kid.
like a 6
Even when I was a kid, I hated this fucking kid.
Oh my God. What other movie was this kid in?
He was in a bunch of them.
I don't know, but he was in Full House.
Mm.
You get your first look at this 6-foot turkey as you enter a clearing. He moves like a bird, lightly bobbing his head. He'll lose you if you don't move, but no, not Velociraptor.
That's not accurate. Raptors are also not 6 feet tall.
He slashes at you here. Point is, you are alive when they start to.
Jesus.
You know, try to show a little respect.
Okay.
I love Sam Neill. God damn, he's so good.
Yeah.
And then he
It's
looks
like
at his
a
mom
little
and dad like,
troublemaker
why
in
didn't you
this
step in? This man. He looks at his parents like,
Nominate
where were
that kid
you?
For... you make me look stupid?
Yeah.
We're gonna nominate that kid for Most Travieso for the Reforged.
Yes.
Messy, they're expensive, they smell.
They do not.
Some of them smell. Baby smell.
They smell good. I don't know what he's talking about.
He's too simple minded. He's like, babies poop, therefore they smell. It's like, well, yeah, dude, no shit.
I also
You just
also
called
so many
Dr.
great-
Grant simple-minded, Hector? You just called Dr. Grant
Yeah.
simple-minded?
I love how like low tech this movie is too. Like the stuff they were using to look at like the bones and the fossils and all that stuff. It's very low tech, and I think that's one of the things that makes this movie so special is that it's not treating technology like it's until we get to later
Mission
on.
Impossible Ghost Protocol.
Yeah.
Today, I guarantee it.
This guy.
Okay, who's the jerk?
This is our paleobotanist, Dr.
Sattler. Well,
Just get a glass or two. That's all. No. I can manage this.
Samples.
He was so lovable when I was a kid,
I'll get right to the point.
but when you get older, you realize that John Hammond is such a villain still. He's this billionaire. I've seen people analyze this movie, and right here when he says, I know my way around the kitchen, no, he does not. He does not. And the fact that he brought in a helicopter to mess up this site, like, because it's rich and it's quicker and it's like cutting to the point. It's like, dude, you're messing up the work.
And there's no doubt our attractions will drive kids out of their minds.
What are those?
He's just trying to wine and dine him.
We're going to open next year. That is if the lawyers don't kill me first. I don't care for lawyers. Do you?
oh, well,
Let's face it, in your particular
Like he's
field,
eating out
you're
that
the
somebody
top
died
minds
from his dinosaurs.
to sign off on the park. Give it your endorsement. Maybe even pen a wee testimonial. I could get back on schedule.
why would they care what we think?
It compensates you by fully funding your dig.
And this is a very unusual time.
For a further 3 years.
I mean, he's bribing them flat out. Who watches this movie and went,
Yeah.
oh, I think he's the bad guy. I'm
Yeah.
like, He's bribing them. What's confusing here?
Yeah.
What's confusing here in 1993 versus
but
2025? Nothing.
The actor here is so charming and he's so grandfatherly. When people say, "Oh, he's such a different character than the book, than the original Jurassic Park novel by Michael Crichton."
I've never read it.
That's kind of true, but it's not. I've read it, and like he does shadier shit that you just see. You just don't see it in this movie because it's all sort of behind the scenes, or like, you know what I mean? Like he's already built the park. Like there's not sequences of him getting investors and whatever.
Right.
But he's basically the same character. It's just that this actor is so grandfatherly and charming that you're like, oh, he's a good guy, you know? He means well. He cares about his grandkids.
This fucking guy.
Amazing. Dude, you know this food is bomb, dude. I am so hungry.
Look at all that fruit.
Oh my God. Whew.
Dodson.
Dodson. We got Dodson here.
here.
Idiot.
On delivery, 50,000 more for each viable embryo. That's 1.5 million if you get all 15 species off the island.
Oh, I'll get them all.
Oh, God, that's chump change today.
How am I supposed to transport them?
The bottom screw's open.
Oh, Dodson loves this too. He's like, this is cool.
This was the coolest shit as a kid.
God, the squeal that just came out of his mouth.
The embryos have to be back here in San Jose by then.
And that's up to your guy on the
What an asshole.
7 o'clock.
How are you planning to beat security?
18 minutes and your company catches up on 10 years of research.
Gracias, senor.
Don't get cheap on me, Dodson.
Don't get cheap on me.
Also, cherry pie doesn't exist on that island.
I know, right? Like what? That must have been like
plopped it down on a nice piece of American cherry pie.
Mango pie or something, or like I don't know.
Dig up.
Oh yes, sex appeal has arrived.
The icon, one of the main driving forces.
Fucking laugh. Stupid. Oh God.
Strange attractors. Dr. Sattler, I refuse to believe that you aren't familiar with the concept of attraction.
Dang, homie.
There it is.
Chills. Chills.
God damn, it's so
Chills.
good.
The best.
This music never doesn't slap, dude. Jesus.
Yeah. And then
We gotta
30,
go see
maybe
John
40
Williams
years
live in
later.
concert. It's incredible.
No, 30 years later, we had there's an animated series called Jurassic World Chaos Theory. Like they just named, because that's such a cool phrase. It's the best.
I would. Hoop my pants.
You should be on the Jurassic Park ride.
Yeah. Well, Jurassic Park doesn't exist anymore. R.I.P. Universal Studios.
Here, that peak. Look, we'll have landed by the time you get it right. Come along.
Life finds a way, gentlemen.
Yeah,
Two
that's my
female-
girlfriend on the plane. I don't care how I do it. Just strap me in.
All of the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park are female, just like the two female ends of the seatbelt. But life finds a way. I think that means the seatbelts are lesbian, and Dr. Grant is an ally.
Yes.
What the fuck? Okay. I never had any interest in
dude,
a
you
Jeep
cannot-
until I saw this movie.
Yeah. You cannot help but get swept up in this because Johnny Williams, he's making you feel like
amazing.
this is the coolest place, most amazing place, and it should happen. Imagine if this was scored with no score or a completely different film score, you'd be like, this place is a death trap. They should have never made this place. But right now you're like, this is amazing. Journey to the island.
I can't wait to go one day.
Yeah, wow.
10,000
Meanwhile,
volts,
there's
shove
like-
it up my ass.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah, sure.
48 hours from now, if they're not convinced, I'm not convinced. I shut you down, John.
In 48 hours, I'll be accepting your apologies.
Also, again, going back to kind of the simplicity of the movie, there's not a lot of sound happening too. It's mostly just vehicles, dialogue. It's not being overpowered by a ton of, and I think that's again a a detriment to some of the sequel films is like they just put too much into it sometimes. Keep it simple.
Stimulating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good call. Good call. Good
Save all
observation.
the crazy big sounds for, you know, the action sequences.
Mm-hmm.
Alan, this species of variform has been extinct since the Cretaceous period. I mean, this thing isn't this thing. What?
I'd be scared to be picking up that plant, dude. What if it's like super poison ivy? This is the shot of the movie.
Wow. Still looks fantastic.
It does. And I don't know if people care, but when they did the 3D remaster in 2013, it was they like slightly updated some of the CG.
Mm-hmm.
Like slightly darkened some of it, just to, you know, just tweaking it here and there.
You crazy son of a bitch, you did.
You just tear up the rule book on it. Cold-bloodedness.
Yeah, dude, Goldblum is also perfect in this movie.
This thing's got, what, a 25, 27-foot neck?
The Brachiosaurus 30.
Dude, that's unbelievable.
Oh, man. This movie.
And he's acting like such a kid. And look, I love this camera shake when the dinosaur lands, too. Like, Spielberg is like,
yeah.
It's
We're gonna
awesome.
make a fortune with this place.
Wrong idea, dude. That's why you're going to die.
Well, we clocked the T-Rex at 32 miles an hour.
T-Rex?
Mm-hmm.
It's your first mistake, John. You should have left it plant eaters.
We have a
T-Rex. This is like when Hector finds out that a movie did get a 3D Blu-ray release. Oh my god!
Yeah. Anyway, I just ordered from that German website. I ordered Bumblebee, Rise of the Beasts, and I think Sing 2 was the other one in that bundle.
Look at that!
Oh my god, dude! This movie it never gets old.
Yeah, it's
incredible.
That's an incredible shot. Incredible use of CG right there.
G'day, now.
I listen to this score a lot.
Amusement park in the entire world.
If only Universal had the real estate to be able to expand the park to have all this kind of stuff.
I know, dude. I agree.
Biological attractions so astounding that they'll capture the imagination.
Yo, I know people love it. Tear down Harry Potter land. Let's do a full-blown Jurassic Park.
And bring back to the Future, damn it.
Donald, sit down. Here he comes.
The lawyer with his cute little shorts.
Hello. Hello.
His little slutty shorts. He's such a little slutty slut.
Hello, John.
Oh, yes. I've got lines here.
Well, fine, I guess. But how did
The
I get
ego
here?
on display. What was he going to be in every tour group?
100 million years ago, there were mosquitoes, just like today.
Little fuckers.
The little Looney Tunes music.
The tree sap would get hard and become fossilized, just like a dinosaur bone.
Dinosaur.
Using sophisticated techniques, they extract the preserved blood from the
Sophisticated. That's crazy.
thinking machine supercomputers, and gene sequencers break down the strand in minutes, and virtual reality displays.
His part's so silly.
Baby.
Tour moves on.
Make this the ride. Make this another ride at the park. What are we doing?
Mm-hmm. Too expensive. You have to hire actors and. Sam Jackson.
No
this movie's so good, and
exceptions,
you forget
motherfucker.
Samuel L. Jackson is in this movie. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's turning the eggs.
Come on, little one. Come on, little one. Come on, then.
Listen to Laura Dern here.
Very good. God. Push. Come on.
That's really her reacting to the animatronic puppet
yeah.
and feeling it
That
like
doesn't
it's so
surprise
real.
me. Little strawberry jam on that thing. There you go.
Print on the first creature they come in contact with. That's it.
She's like loving her job right now, Laura, the great Laura Dern. It's like, this is the coolest thing.
John, the kind of control you're attempting is, it's not possible and dangerously, but, well, there it is.
There it is.
There it is. He doesn't know what he's saying.
No.
What species is this?
It's a velociraptor.
Red raptors.
Yeah.
The way the
So
lighting
spooky.
changes. Look at that.
Yeah, I know. He just like stepped
It's
into a shadow
incredible.
to say that. Like,
And now this creature's like the biggest threat ever. Like it's such masterful work from it to go from like
Yeah.
so bright and kind of chipper and charming to them being incredibly dark and creepy. Oh no.
Going to a straight up horror movie.
Yeah. And you know, God, there's only a few people who can really master that. And Spielberg, obviously, when you watch Jaws and so many of his other movies, he's really good at that.
he really is. I think people think Spielberg is like such a nostalgic, sort of heartfelt storyteller, which he is because of things like E.T. But dude, you mentioned Jaws. Like he is a horror movie director. He's directed so many movies that have this masterful level of suspense.
Yeah.
That is horror movie status. So
That's fucking terrifying.
What kind of metabolism do they have? What's their growth rate?
They're lethal at 8 months, and I do mean lethal. I've hunted most things that can hunt you, but the way these things move...
Fast for a biped?
Cheetah speed, 50, 60 miles per hour.
jeez.
Jesus Christ.
But they never attacked the same place twice. They were testing the fences for weaknesses systematically.
Terrifying.
Remember.
They remember, yeah.
No gracias. Look at that thing. Mangled. Mangled.
Not even the metal survived that.
Yeah, that thing is James Mangold, dude. Who's hungry?
I used to love going to the Universal Studios Jurassic Park restaurant. So fun.
Yeah.
Gee, the lack of humility before nature being displayed here.
Well, thank you, Dr. Malcolm, but I think things are a little bit different than you and I had feared.
Yeah, I know. They're a lot worse.
Now, wait a second. Now, we have...
Condors are on the verge of extinction. If I was to if I was to create a flock of condors on this island, you wouldn't have anything to say.
No, hold on. This is some species that was obliterated.
But he didn't. He didn't make condors.
Yeah.
You have plants in this building that are poisonous. You pick them because they look good. But these are aggressive living things that have no idea what century they're in, and they'll defend themselves violently if necessary.
Gonna have plants spitting on kids.
I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but look, dinosaurs and man, two species separated by 65 million years of evolution, just been suddenly.
That's crazy.
Can we possibly have the slightest idea of what to expect?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Grandpa!
Kids!
Not stinky kids.
We miss you. Thank you for the presents. We love the presents. They were
good
great.
to see you. Did you enjoy the helicopter?
Yeah, it went down, and we all went.
Thrilled. He's thrilled. He's thrilled.
You guys ever played the Jurassic Park like Park Builder video game that they came out with a couple years ago? Jurassic
No.
Park Evolution.
No.
It's so fun, dude.
No, but I've
It's
seen
so
you play
great.
it. I've seen you play it.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Totally non-polluting, top of the line, spared no
His
expense.
outfit. My God.
Interactive CD-ROM.
Mm-hmm.
CD-ROM. Oh,
Interactive
Christ.
CD-ROM, baby.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. On Windows 95.
There's a great BTS on Spielberg shooting this scene and how he works with Joseph Mazzello to like do this whole bit with Sam Neill. It's so good. It's amazing. Look at
That's great.
he's dressed like him.
I think the dinosaurs turned into birds, and that's where they all went.
Well, a few species may have evolved along those lines.
I heard that there was this...
Stay in that car, Alan.
Big crater?
Listen, Tim, which car were you planning on?
Whichever one you are.
This is Hector following Kevin Feige around.
Yeah.
And that changed the weather, and they died because of the weather. And then my teacher told me about this other book by a guy named Backer, and he...
And then in 2012, when the Avengers came to New York,
Laura Dern was like 22 when she made this movie, dude. She was
and she's
young.
amazing.
Young. Yeah, fantastic.
I'll keep an eye on it. Maybe it'll swing south like...
Why didn't I build in Orlando?
Because you'd have the same problems.
Ray.
Yep. That same tornado or that same twister is going to hit Florida.
Mm-hmm. No, but it is a good question. I feel like he's doing stuff off the coast of Costa Rica because you can step aside sort of like building permits and you know what I mean? Like
there's no
all that
government
shady stuff.
regulation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's also crazy that like they're bringing these guys on the weekend that there's going to be this massive storm. Like you guys have to postpone. You have to be like, hey, we're going to stay here. We're going to shelter down, or we're going to fly you to Costa Rica.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
One of the best shots in 3D. Welcome to Jurassic
so
Park.
cool.
One of my proudest like older brother moments is taking my brother to see this in the 3D version. He had never seen the movie before.
Yes.
And he walked out of that
dude.
theater
I
like
remember you
his
saying
eyes
that,
were
yeah.
so wide. It was amazing. He was only 13 or 12.
If you look to the right, you will see a herd of the first dinosaurs on our tour, called Dilophosaurus.
Dilophosaurus?
One of the earliest...
His head almost went through the window.
Shit.
Spitting its venom at its prey, causing blindness and eventually paralysis.
Yeah, bro, I don't think that fence is good enough.
Yeah,
I know.
It can jump right through.
Item 151 on today's glitch list.
Our lives are in your hands and you have butterfingers?
Look at this messy son of a bitch.
I don't blame people for their mistakes, but I do ask that they pay for them.
Thanks, Dad.
Dennis.
No, you don't.
Compile for half an hour.
Quiet, all of you. We're approaching the Tyrannosaur paddock.
Yeah, you watch it now, you're like, this security's kind of shit. That fence
look at
to
that
stop
fence.
a T-Rex?
There's
I
no
don't know.
way in hell. No way in hell. They're just relying on the electricity to shock it? No way, dude.
And it's kind of tough to tell, but they're supposed to be like, it's a little bit of land that's connected to the track, right? But then like on either side, there's a huge gorge. There's like a big, like they barely briefly mention it at the beginning. It's a moat,
The moat,
basically.
the concrete moat.
To keep the T-Rex in his sort of section or in her area. But as we'll see, that don't mean shit.
No, because we got a movie.
God creates man, man creates dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs eat man. Woman inherits the earth.
Great.
Nice.
Nice.
Tempt the Rex? Dude.
Oh, boy. Why me?
Holy fuck.
This is my shot in 3D. Just a quick little pan up to see the goat.
Suppressed 65 million years of gut instinct.
Mm-hmm. This is one of my favorite things I've done in any kind of professional context is being able to turn this into a 3D movie. So cool.
Yeah.
Overseen by Spielberg. He apparently came and visited the offices one day. I didn't get to meet him. Nobody did, but he was there early morning and he was walking around and he was fascinated with like the Gundam models on people's desks.
Hello? Yes?
I really hate that man.
Where are the dinosaurs?
Whoa.
Well, you built a shitty park, my guy. You can't expect them to do that.
The shorthand is the butterfly effect. In Central Park, you get rain instead of sunshine.
Why?
Did I go too fast? I go too fast. I did a flyby. No, give me that big glass of water.
This guy.
Aha. Okay.
Right?
Okay. Now freeze your hand. Freeze your hand. Because tiny variations, the orientation of the hairs on your hand.
She needs help. She's being flirted with. Alan, look at this.
Sir? Sir?
Look at this.
He is not
excuse me,
paying
sir?
attention.
Nobody could.
He's
Unpredictability.
Yeah, Alan Grant is not a great boyfriend, dude. He's not a great boyfriend. He's a good scientist,
another
but
example.
see, he's simple-minded. See,
I told you how many times we needed locking mechanisms on the vehicle doors.
Yeah, that's crazy. Come on. Also, this trash pile. What the fuck? Clean your shit.
it's really difficult to. There's nothing good about Nedry, even if he has like a valid point of like I'm underpaid in this position, which he might be being underpaid. Like John Hammond might be screwing him over in some way. We do not feel for Nedry at all. He sucks.
No.
Is there anybody else who thinks that we shouldn't be out here?
And his book was a lot fatter than yours. It was like this.
Yours was fully illustrated.
Wait, hey, watch. This.
Oh my god.
Timmy.
Hey, Timmy.
He's like, fuck this, I want to see the dinosaur. This is incredible.
Yeah, this is great.
Mm-hmm. Damn, dude, the breathing. And again, Laura Dern really started crying when she saw this. This is her real response to this because she bought it. It's so real to her.
It's okay. Macrovesicles.
I'd be scared that she'd be chomping my hand.
It seems to happen about every 6 weeks or so.
6 weeks.
That's so funny.
So cool.
Is this West Indian lilac?
Yes, we know they're toxic, but the animals don't eat them.
You sure about that?
You dumb son of a bitch.
You sure about that's why?
That storm center hasn't dissipated or changed course. We're gonna have to cut the tour short, I'm afraid.
Last shuttle leaving for the dock leaves in approximately 5 minutes. Drop what you're doing and leave now.
Just pick it up again tomorrow. He's so mad. It's like...
You're right. There's no trace of lilac berries. It's so odd, though. All right. So she's suffering from...
Girl, you getting that duty all over your thighs, girl. Like, you're sure your arms are all covered up. I see poopy on your leg right now.
Tenacious.
You have no idea.
You.
Man, Jeff Goldblum with the fit though. He looks so good.
I know, man.
Yeah. This is fake typing, but it looks good also.
Yeah, in 1993, it's fine.
Yeah, nobody could tell.
You know, if it's all right, I'd like to stay with Dr. Harding and finish up with the trike.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with her a little longer.
Okay then.
Poor dinosaur's like, I'm fucking dying over here. Can somebody help me out? Figure it out, please.
I feel like shit.
You gotta give me the time. I did a test run on this thing. It took me 20 minutes.
Also,
horror movie.
I'm not on Nedry's side.
Yep.
I'm not on his side, but it's like, Nedry, you couldn't just pause and try to do this approach like tomorrow or next week or 2 weeks from now?
Anybody want a soda or something? Because I'm going up to the machine. I thought maybe, I'd get somebody something. Because I've had all these sweets, and I think I'm going to get something salty. I thought maybe some... you should tell you that the system is going to be compiling for 18 to 20 minutes. So some of the minor systems, they might go on and off for a while, but it's nothing to worry about. It's just a simple thing.
Okay, not suspect at all. Not suspect at all.
Not at all. His anxious acting is so good.
Yeah.
It is so good.
All right, homies. We're in it now.
Yeah, we're in the thick of it.
Horror movie.
Yep.
Anything at all can and does happen. Same with wives.
He's got 3 kids.
You married? Occasionally.
Nope.
I'm always on the lookout for a future ex-Mrs. Malcolm.
This guy knows he's got the riz.
Yeah.
Got that Betty laugh.
Yeah.
Beep-doop.
Also, Sam Jackson looks exactly the same. It's
God,
crazy.
I know.
Yeah, he does.
Well, Ned reset a few systems.
Only
would
difference
go
is that he
offline.
had hair then. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
You could put that same hairstyle wig on him today. He would look exactly like
Exactly
that.
the same. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He is the definition of black, do not crack. That man is ageless. This makes me, I don't know why, this makes me always want to watch Terminator 2 and the RoboCops, the Terminators. It's great.
Yeah, man. Movies from that era, for like that like mid 80s.
Yeah.
Well, even the 70s too, but like especially mid 80s to mid 90s when visual effects were like starting to really become a part of filmmaking.
Yeah.
Some of these directors were doing some crazy cool shit.
Yeah,
Very
that
special-
blend
special
of
time,
practical,
Yep.
practical and VFX was crazy.
She's not like available, is she?
Why?
Yeah, I'm
I'm
sorry.
always looking for
He's
an ex
mad.
Mrs. Malcolm. Oh,
Unarmed? That's
baby.
crazy.
Fences are failing all over the park.
Fine, Landry. Check the vending machines.
Check the vending machines. They know
what
where
an
that fool's
asshole.
gonna be at. Check the toilets. Check the vending machines.
Mhm.
This fool is either pooping or eating.
Or both at the same time.
Now look at this workstation. What a complete slaughter.
The raptor fences aren't out, are they?
Yeah,
Guys,
bro. They're
the
all
best
out.
security, even for the sort of soft launch that this park is.
Why the hell would he turn the other ones off?
I wonder.
So we can take a shortcut with his little Jeep.
Dumb son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, wipe your glasses, you dumbass.
He's panicking, dude. He's straight panicking. Pendejo.
Oh my god. I guess maybe I wanted if they could give me like a sentence. Keep in mind, this is a perfect film for me. Okay, this is a 5-star movie. But if the movie had been like, "Hey, Nedry needs to do this like this Saturday because on Sunday they're flying in more employees that they're hiring, so the security is going to be built." You know, because it's so bare bones right now. There's like nobody at the park. That this is like the only window he had to be able to do this.
So just like
Because I
the
just- every time
urgency
I-
of why it has to happen now.
Yes. Every time I watch this, I'm like, Nedry, it's raining. You could have just waited a day. But he couldn't have if it would have been more difficult to pull this off, you know, for whatever reason.
Where did the vehicle stop?
T-Rex. Oh my God.
Gennaro said to stay put.
Kids okay?
I didn't ask. Why wouldn't they be?
Kids get scared.
What's to be scared about? It's just a little hiccup in the power.
I
that's
didn't
all.
say I was scared.
I didn't say you were scared.
I know.
So I think the thing too is you have to remember is I don't think Nedry was supposed to leave. I think Nedry was supposed to just deliver those canisters to the guy.
Oh, and then
who's
come back.
on the
To a
boat,
point?
and then come back to reset the
I
system.
think you might be right.
Don't scare me.
Yeah, because there's no way he's leaving on his own. Like, he's not going to hijack a helicopter.
Right, or he's not going to get on that boat and just flee, right? Because he still wants to get.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he still wants his regular job on top of getting paid
Yeah.
that bonus.
Probably chilling there for like 20,
Here we
30
go,
minutes.
boys. Here we go, boys.
Dean Cundy, absolutely cooking with that cinematography. You'll love it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah?
What is that?
You stupid idiot.
I never did get to see this movie in theaters when it came out, and it's such a bummer.
Oh, I did.
I did. I was 5 years old, and it traumatized me. In fact, this specific filmmaking sequence is what traumatized me so much.
Oh, baby. Jesus.
That's so fucking scary,
Good.
dude. Oh my god.
If he had just stayed in the car,
He left us.
they would have been okay, I think.
Where does he think he's going?
Shit his pants.
Woof.
She's out.
No, thank you.
Keep absolutely still. His vision is based on movement.
Stop it, kid. Oh God. Oh my God. You didn't turn the light off, pendeja.
Jesus.
Oh
God.
God damn, that's so good.
A couple of those were my shots in 3D when the T-Rex like knocks the. It's so cool.
And this is complex because there's rain and everything. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I don't know how much acting these kids are actually doing, but they're really selling it.
I know. I know.
Jesus Christ.
Jeez, dude, it's like that animatronic is hanging on the tire and
it's
phenomenal.
Unreal.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
God damn. Ay, ay.
Oh God.
That.
You stare at that
no,
thing.
Thank you.
No.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
No. Pendejo. No. That thing runs almost 40 miles an hour, Jeff Goldblum.
Goldblum, he got
taken out.
thrown. Oh,
Yes, he did.
No.
Yeah.
So this is the part that when I was 5 years old and I saw this in theaters, I started crying. I hid under the seat in the movie theater. My dad had to take me out and we went home. I could not handle it. Are you kidding me?
That's
it's incredible.
terrifying, but so good.
Shit.
You're okay. Good. All right. Sam?
Jeez.
And he ate that lawyer quick, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't move. Shh. You can't see us if we don't move.
Oh, the foot.
Oh my God.
Now scientists are like, that's not true. Also, T-Rex had such an incredible sense of smell that she would have smelled them super easily. Chomp, one bite, done. Who cares? It's the coolest thing. Don't move.
That sound effect. God.
Yeah.
They left him, dude.
Come with.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Jesus.
That child is still in
inside
that
the
car, man. She won. She won the scene. The T-Rex, she won.
I can't get Jurassic Park back online without Dennis Nedry.
Uh-oh.
Well, too bad.
That's bad.
This guy's literally never driven a car before. I don't know.
He's just straight
It's
panicking
that Costa
at this
Rican
point.
rain, dude.
Yeah. It's the rain. It's the fact he's probably never been on the island outside of the room that he controls things from.
Tie it to that thing there and then...
At this point, dude, you should just run to the dock. I don't know.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, we don't know how far away it is
That little
either.
sound
So.
effect.
No, I know. The little.
Yeah.
Oh, this is my hell.
With no glasses?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This will be the end of me. I'm not making it 4 feet.
Yeah, dude, I'd go up if he doesn't have the Barbasol can with him. I'd go up to the car, grab the Barbasol can, put on my hoodie, and run to the dock. Oh my god!
And I'd shit my pants on the way. Dennis, you would have been a good chef because you're about to get cooked.
Oh my god!
Oh.
That's nice. Gotta go.
You're not coming back down, Chief.
Yep. This is it for you, baby. Oh my god.
God damn. That is never not mortifying.
Oh man.
Oh. Oh my god. Oh, you idiot. You
There it is.
gigantic
Your plans are
moron.
foiled.
This franchise does eventually address the location of that Barbasol can. It does.
So I want you to stay right here and wait for me.
He let us. He let us.
But that's not what I'm gonna do.
Good man. He's learning.
That
Okay.
panic, her panic
All right.
reactions are so good.
Mhm. She's like, I'm getting up in this tunnel right here for safety.
Yeah, I would too.
Cam?
You just hear the dinosaurs screaming in the background somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
They're all out, man. They're partying.
You know, he's a pretty damn good climber. It's a
Yeah,
huge
I don't think I
tree.
could get up there.
Yes, it is.
It's just like coming out of a treehouse. Did your dad ever build you a treehouse?
No.
Damn it.
No.
No.
Impossible.
So,
How am I gonna do it?
I'm gonna help
Kid. Oh my.
Oh no. Damn it, go.
Oh god. It just slipped from its anchor point.
Oof.
And then Johnny Williams comes in with the score.
Faster. Must go faster.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
It's not much better than being chased by a dinosaur. Jesus.
No, it's just as scary.
Yeah. Oof.
Oh my god.
What a stunt.
We're back in the car again.
Jesus.
God, this music is also so tense.
Yeah.
I think this was
boy.
Gennaro.
I think this was too.
Jeez. And you don't have to show it. You don't have to show us. We get it.
No, you don't.
Ian. Ian.
Remind me to thank John for a lovely weekend.
Can we chance moving him?
Please chance it.
The other car!
Dr. Grant?
They're not here.
They climbed all the way down there to go check that. And now he's up here in this car.
Yeah.
By himself.
By himself.
The movie is really good at keeping track of the geography of everything, of the characters and where
Really
you
good.
are.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, because again, I first saw this movie when I was a kid and as I was growing up, but like the older you get, I think the more you can appreciate that geography
Mm-hmm.
and the planning of it.
Come on, come on, come on. Go, 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 let's go. Hey. Start the engine.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Must go faster.
Jesus.
Iconic. So
Such a
iconic they
good
recreated
shot.
it in Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And those little splinters coming at the screen for the 3D version, they added more splinters. They 3Dified it more. It's awesome.
Mm.
Good
Yo, man.
God.
Laura Dern, for being such an incredible dramatic actor, she's a scream queen. She is a horror movie icon. She is
she's
so good at
amazing.
screaming in this movie.
They'll have that on the tour.
Scream queen.
Let's put up this tree. Come on, Tim. It's okay. Listen, try up here.
No.
Come on.
I just want to go home and play Nintendo.
This is brontosauruses. I mean, brachiosaurus.
They're singing.
And then when Spielberg knows, like, you've had enough, he's like, let me give you a break. Here's a little break. Enjoy this.
Yeah. Here's a little tender moment.
There was going to be a whole sequence. This was in the book. There was going to be a sequence of, like, a raft. They get a raft and they go down a river and they deal with a big, like, aquatic prehistoric creature. And it's like, they cut all that stuff for budget and for time, but this is great.
This is also just like a very nice tender moment, and like it.
Monsters next
Yep.
are just
Yeah.
animals.
Great move for the
These are
audience. Like, oh yeah, not all dinosaurs are just trying to kill them.
What do you call a blind dinosaur's dog?
You got me.
Do you think he saw us Rex?
Alan?
What do we do now, Dr. Grant? I guess we'll have to do this 5 more times.
I'll stay awake
All night?
all night.
I would stay
Music
awake all
is
night.
so like
The
soft and
adrenaline.
tender. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's great.
And I wanted to go here as a kid so bad.
And now you can.
Like, you're right, Adam.
Finish the
there
ride.
should just be, but there should be a spot at Universal Studios or in one of the shops that just always has that display all the time. The classic Jurassic Park 1993 little corner of merch that you can just always get.
Yeah, I don't love that it's all just Jurassic
Yeah.
World now. Like,
No,
come on.
have both.
Yeah,
Who
they
cares?
ditched this movie completely.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, guys. What are
No,
we doing here?
but they wanted to update to the world part of the franchise. But it's like, I think you can still get Jurassic Park labeled stuff at Universal Studios. I'm pretty sure
Probably.
it's still called Jurassic
Yeah.
Parking. You guys, it didn't change to Jurassic Worlding. It's still the parking structure, still Jurassic Parking.
Listen, don't give them any ideas.
Oh, maybe we'll change it to the Minions. You already have that.
It's all an illusion.
When we have control again.
You never had control. That's the illusion. But I made a mistake too. I didn't have enough respect for that power, and it's out now.
I love the Triceratops. Such a good actor.
It's good.
Do they still make those gallon jugs of ice cream, by the way?
Hell yeah.
Spared no expense. That ice cream's probably really good.
Haven't had
Yeah,
one
they do
since
for
the
the
90s.
industrial, for restaurants and stuff. Yeah.
I forgot where I went. I went to like so good. I forgot what grocery store I went to, but they had those, and I was like, I don't have the freezer space for it, but man, I can dream.
I remember that's the only way we could get ice cream at home, is just to make sure we had a gallon jug of it.
It's okay, it's okay.
In the book, one thing that John Hammond did with his genetic testing before the dinosaurs and to get investors is that he made a genetically engineered miniature elephant, a pachyderm that was like small enough to fit in a little cage, like this big. And the problem is that even in that scene where he was showing this off to investors, like, you can have an elephant as a pet. This elephant was angry and trying to bust out. And the book was telling you, this elephant kind of knows it's and shouldn't be this small.
Yeah.
And it's just already giving you that foreshadowing of what Jurassic Park is going to be. You know, Michael Crichton, he wrote Westworld.
Yeah,
he wrote
maybe.
the theme park that gets out of control before Jurassic Park, and then he perfected it in this, and The Simpsons parodied it.
It's kind of a big cow.
Mm-hmm. That one guy in the video you sent us.
Yeah. The stinky tofu guy. Yeah.
Room and never come out.
Ridiculous, dude.
I'm a hacker.
When I see grown men act like that, I'm like, you're a little baby, dude. That's baby shit. What's wrong with you?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
But it's great.
But I will tell you,
when,
I have smelled the Swedish herring.
Sure.
And it's
Oh, have you? It's that bad?
It's intense.
What's the fruit that's also the stinkiest fruit? I've smelled that too. It's awful. That really disgusting fruit.
Durian.
Durian fruit. But I love the little touch that
Amphibian DNA.
Lex, she had that little bit of that booger on her lip. Ugh.
Yeah.
On her lip, yeah.
Also,
Seems
what
like
kind
a
of
pretty big oversight
absolute
that
idiots.
super smart scientists would make.
Yeah.
That seems huge.
But it's so impressive that the author Michael
Hold on.
Too sexy. Too sexy.
Take it in.
You gotta take in that shot. You gotta take in that entire shot. Okay.
Probably smells really good in there.
I think it's obvious now.
She's going to say that Crichton did the research and he knew enough about genetics that he could. That first of all, he educated the world. We didn't know about, regular people didn't know about DNA sequencing and stuff the way that this movie shows you. And then on top of that, he brings in that fact about the frog. You're like, God damn.
Will you please shut down the system?
It's like Hammond wants to try to avoid killing the dinosaurs. Muldoon is like, hey, it's that bad. We might need to consider this. And he's like, no, let's do the system shutdown first.
Hold on to your butts.
You guys remember when he said that in Kong Skull Island? It's one of my favorites. He goes, hold on to your butts. It's great.
I want everybody in the emergency bunker until Mr. Arnold returns and the whole system's up and running again.
You couldn't have put them next door to each other?
Seriously.
No, they couldn't be in the same room? No, not at all.
Over that rise there. Just keep.
Oh,
I don't know if I was exactly in this place in Hawaii, but I saw some mountains that look like this, and it's
Tim, can you tell me
so
what they
cool.
are?
Yeah. I think this place is now like a tourist attraction. There's people who take pictures of you, like you're running away from the dinosaurs, and they'll superimpose dinosaurs into the shot.
Of course.
Uniform direction changes, just like a flock of birds evading a predator.
Open your eyes, you dummy.
They're flocking this way.
Jesus. With the camera moving and everything, my God.
Yeah, I saw behind the scenes this sequence particularly. When they were planning it, the Spielberg found out that he didn't have to lock off the camera in order to have animals tracking on the ground, and he wanted a big scene with a lot of animals and a lot of movement. Oh, and then they moved on to the T-Rex after. Oof.
That was crazy, dude. Mesmerizing.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep blowing.
These kids play this so well. One terrified and one absolutely enamored with what he's seeing. Gotta go.
The blood.
Nothing worked. Yeah, but John, if the Pirates of the Caribbean breaks down, the pirates don't eat the tourists.
I can't wait anymore.
Also, I think Disneyland opened in 55.
Stroll down the road.
Yeah, it had its soft open in 55, but I think Hammond's talking about not to let my inner Disney Parks nerd come out, my Disney adult ass side come out, but I think in 56 was the official open for everybody else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's right. When it opened, stuff didn't work, and
Yeah.
The cement on the ground was not even dry. Women's heels were sinking into the ground.
Look,
Come on, let's go.
We can discuss sexism and survival situations when I get back.
Awesome.
We don't have time for this shit, Hammond.
Yep.
Also, he can barely walk without that cane, so good luck, buddy.
Yeah, dude. Love this guy's fit, man.
It's amazing. I was just thinking the same thing.
I'm gonna start to dress like that just regularly.
There you go.
High
Show up at
socks,
Disneyland looking like that. Like, yep, I'm here.
The high socks with the short shorts and a vest.
Hey, if we all dress like these characters and go to Universal Studios, let's do it. I'll dress like Ellie Sattler because she also has an awesome fit with this little pink shirt, you know, tied at the waist, like shorts. Let's go. Adam, you can take Alan Grant. Obviously, you be Muldoon. Yeah, we got it. No, one of us. No, Adam, you have to be. No, we have to be the trio. Adam, you got to be Ian Malcolm. This way. Like with all in black.
That's right, baby.
Shirt a little open.
Yep.
I'll be Ellie Sattler.
Shirt open all the way down to the belly
Alan
button.
Grant.
Yeah.
We can make it if we run.
Posing everywhere like.
This guy's got that good 1,000-yard stare.
Towards the shed.
If only Ellie Sattler was like, my boyfriend, Alan, he always talks about how the raptors come in on the sides, so watch your sides. Okay, good luck.
Yeah. Yeah.
The hustle. The hustle.
Yeah, she's got it.
Mr. Arnold!
One of my favorite shots that I worked on for 3D is coming up. It's a shot of Ellie running, but she's running across a grate, and it's underneath the grate, and she's like limping, and it's awesome.
After 20 or 30 feet, you come to a T-junction. Take a left. Just never follow the main cable chart. I understand how to read a schematic.
Oh my God, the ego. Shut up. This is making me want to play that video game again. It's so fun. I was a good park manager.
I guess it means the power's off.
Look at these mountains, dude. Ridiculous.
That is absolutely some shit I would do.
Oh, yeah.
That was great.
Yeah. Nope.
God,
can't do that.
S tier movie. S tier. I've got to go.
Just the right amount of lightheartedness, man. This is perfect. The kids can fit through there easy. That kid can fit.
I was like, I feel
one
like
of those
maybe
things easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Dead end.
Alan's the only one who would have an issue.
Timmy, I bet I could climb over the top and be on the other side before you could even get to the top. What would you give me? Respect?
I see the box.
Isn't it though?
It says high voltage.
It's great. The John Williams tension, it's
it's so good.
God.
That's good. Come on. Find your footing. Find your.
How did he was Spielberg just like, hey, when they get to the top, I want to cut out a hole here and put the camera through there?
Pretty much.
Great.
Pump up the primer handle.
You
in
could just
order
set
to
up
get
a whole
the charge.
different fence in a different
It's
location
large,
for that shot.
flat, and gray.
All right, here I go. Okay?
Yeah, especially fitting a film camera underneath that because you have the whole magazine and everything.
It's not tiny. Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty big.
You guys remember when Wrecker did that in Bad Batch? I remember.
It says push to close.
I primed the circuit.
Close.
No, only me. Okay.
I guess so.
Push it.
I guess I gotta go back and rewatch all of Bad Batch.
Oh, baby.
Kid. You could fit through one of
Come
those
on, fool.
things. Look at he's fitting through one of those things now. Jesus.
I love shit with just gigantic buttons with gigantic labels.
Yeah. Yeah. As a kid, one of the things that I wanted to do that I dreamed an adult would be doing was pushing buttons all day as a job.
Yeah.
That was a dream job for me.
Yeah, like George Jetson.
Yeah.
Count to 3.
Oh my Christ.
Especially if they had like a little cover to them and you had to flip the cover before you push the button.
Ay.
Aye.
I think we're back in business.
Aye.
Uh-oh, she's trapped in the cables. Oh my God, Ellie.
Jesus.
Look at those nails.
There you go.
Oh, Mr. Arnold.
Oh.
Great.
Oh no. Poor guy. Girl, you better run.
Molly, you in danger, girl.
This shot, I love it.
So good.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
Shout out to all the actors that were putting on like Velociraptor legs to step into frames and so had a like a Velociraptor costume.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Heck? Those are real dinosaurs.
Yeah, you're right. I take it back. You're correct.
In the words of Admiral Akbar, it's a trap.
Oh my God.
Jesus. Jesus.
Delivers one of the most iconic lines in movie history.
And this raptor mom is
fucker
just like,
laughs.
good.
Also, the
you
way
got
they
him.
like, as the raptor's like attacking him and the shrubbery's like moving and you just barely get a glimpse of what's happening.
Yeah.
The detail work.
PG-13, baby.
God, man, the detail work.
Good boy. Good
I love the way Sam Neill says, "No, Tim."
Hello?
These kids, sorry guys, they're the only sensible ones in this entire franchise. They're the only ones who do not come back to the park for any reason whatsoever. Okay, everyone else somehow comes back. These kids are like, "That we went through some shit."
Yeah. I would never talk about dinosaurs ever again after this.
I would love to know if like from a scientist, if a kid could survive being hit with 10,000 volts or whatever it was. Like,
I don't think so. Because you don't
The
fly
realism
off
of
like that. You would stick to it. Your muscles would clench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would fry
just
on the
grip it.
wires.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, this has probably been run. How long? This is like a 12-hour ordeal for them. This is the next morning.
Yeah, it's the next day.
Oh my God. As a kid, this is
the
like,
Jell-O.
listen, it sucks what they went through, but this is
Yeah.
heaven. God, his ears.
Yeah, his
What?
ears bleeding.
Look at that.
Oh, Jesus. That's great. What a great detail. I don't think I ever even noticed that Tim's ears were. I mean, we all noticed the Jell-O. This is, talk about, every scene in this movie is iconic.
I love how you can just look at this room and be like, you found the loudest room in the entire facility.
The thing covered in flimsy metal.
Just the two raptors, right? You sure the third one's contained?
Yes, unless they figured out how to open doors.
Well, let me show you a little
Figured
trick
out
or
how to open
two.
doors.
Let me show you a little trick. All right.
It's fun to watch this and try to keep track of the three raptors. You're like, okay, two of them are hunting Muldoon. One of them was in the
Right.
room that killed Sam Jackson, and now she's escaping. And so this raptor is probably one of the two that either killed Muldoon or watched as Muldoon was getting killed. There's two. I love that. That animation, you could tell which one's the dominant one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh. Smells like children. It's crazy how for a 32-year-old movie, and this is like not the nicest version that we're watching, it looks incredible.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Clever girl.
Gotcha.
Stupid.
Dingus.
But also, still, the raptor's still, she's like right there.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, it's way too fast for you, kid.
Yikes!
Yikes! That run always made me laugh, dude. The arm straight out.
That one raptor might be trapped in there for good with that little key. But there's still two in the wild.
It's gonna freeze to death. It's an industrial walk-in freezer.
We can call for help. We gotta reboot the system first.
Close the goddamn door. There you go.
Lock it, please. Why don't they have a manual lock? No. Nope. Mm-mm.
No, gracias. No, thank you.
No, thank you. Please, thank you. I know computers.
Poor Tim, he's freaking losing.
I took a typing class.
I know this.
This is just like a math blaster.
It tells you everything.
Never realized he had a picture of Oppenheimer on his computer. Slow ass technology. This is me trying to upload a YouTube video in time.
On non-gig internet.
Yeah. The way she holds the mouse, that's so weird.
Finger on the button like this.
Yeah. Nice.
There you go. Click.
Yes! Yes! This is it!
What works?
I still wouldn't trust that lock, though.
Her name and we got it!
The millennial saves the day, baby.
Mr. Hammond, the phones are working.
Children all right?
That's how I felt whenever I fix anything for my parents' computer.
Gonna come through the glass!
Hi.
This is great.
Calm down, guy. Calm down.
Out of bullets already, damn. Calm down. That was his grandchildren maybe being killed by a velociraptor on the other end of the line, Augustine. That's...
He needs to, I know he was thinking about the raptor. He wasn't thinking about his kids.
I was like, well.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, this shot right here in 3D got me, man.
Yeah, yeah, it's the best.
It's so good. I remember jumping back. I saw this in 3D at the Cinerama Dome before it closed, and it was great.
Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite 3D movies for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. I love to show people that moment, the raptor bite, and then coming up on this one shot of a raptor poking its head through the tarp because the head is fully in front of the focal plane. It's just sticking out of the TV. It's the coolest thing.
Nice.
Jesus.
Oh man,
Poor
this
kid.
kid's hurt. Aye! Aye! Oof.
Jeez.
Oh my god. This kid, man, he's been through it.
Yeah.
This kid's in vacation.
This is my favorite 3D shot. Oh
It's a
my
good shot.
god.
Who's gonna save us now? Godzilla, baby.
Life always finds a way.
Nobody heard or noticed the stomping, the massive, like, 30-ton dinosaur? Who cares? Who cares?
So I've decided not to endorse your park. So have I.
Liar. You liar. Woof. Amazing.
Oh my god, this.
Amazing. Amazing.
No more dinosaurios, sorry.
Amazing. Oh my god, I love that shot so much.
So the history of this goes that in the book, Ian Malcolm dies. He's killed off.
Oh.
And when this movie was the
know
monster
that.
hit that it was, and they were going to make a sequel to this movie, Spielberg and Universal and whoever asked Michael Crichton, the author, to write a sequel book to sort of help set up what the movie is going to be, to draw inspiration from that. And because movie-wise, the negotiations are like, well, we're getting Jeff Goldblum back. Crichton had to be like, okay, if he's going to be in it but not Dr. Alan Grant, then I guess in my sequel book, The Lost World, Ian Malcolm didn't die. He survived. Here he is. And then he was the protagonist for the book. it also feels a little bit. Do you guys ever feel a little bit bummed that like Ian Grant and Ellie Sattler didn't stay together after this? That like you get to Jurassic Park 3 and they're broken up, and she got remarried and she has kids, but they didn't stay, because it's like after what they've been through and after what Alan Grant learned with how to be with kids, you would think that he would be like, okay, let's have kids.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not sad. He's a bad boyfriend. he doesn't have room for
You're right.
a relationship.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm glad they broke up. I'm glad Ellie is happy.
Talk about when a movie knew when to end, bro. Movie over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this was the trend for like 90s movies, right? Like they escaped.
They just ended.
Don't worry about the rest. It's done.
Yeah.
It's done. And that's it. That's all you need to know. And if you never revisit it again, it's fine. Just know they lived happily ever after. We'll worry about that when we get to it. Like, we don't need to know everything about the next movie now.
And that's the thing too. Yep. I think that's the kind of hole that they dig themselves in, is like they try to do too much setup for a sequel a lot of the time. And the ambiguity is the thing that makes it easy to make a sequel, because you don't spend all this time setting up all these little things. It's like, yeah, the movie ended. You could pick it up a year later, 5 years later, 3 years later, 10 years later. It doesn't really matter, because we didn't really give you any breadcrumbs for like, well, here's the story for part 2.
Right.
And I think now that's the trouble that sometimes movies get in, is that they do that too much.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. But
yeah,
even with this movie, because this was such a monster hit, all the pressure was on to do a movie sequel. They didn't let this thing breathe. They went right into it. And in fact, because you guys mentioned it earlier, like Spielberg was doing this, directing this, and then went straight from being on set for this to go and film Schindler's List. And then he was doing post-production for this at the same time. So really doing both of these movies together.
George Lucas, I think, was also helping him do post-production on it as well.
Yes.
Wow.
On Jurassic, because he was
On
like,
Jurassic,
hey, I'm doing Schindler's List right now. So I've seen people make this observation, and I don't think it's inaccurate. But Steven Spielberg's experience making Schindler's List, some fans say, dude, that factored into how The Lost World came out, because it is a darker film. It is an even more cynical movie than this movie. And in this movie, with all of the cynicism that's in it, which, and the realism and the way that it tackles these topics, you still get the Steven Spielberg sense of wonder, because he fucking loves dinosaurs, and he has since he was a child. And you get that with the Brontosaurus, Brachiosaurus scene, like all that stuff, the Triceratops moment. There's not that much of that, if at all, in The Lost World. And so fans have said, dude, he was affected by the worst of humanity, making Schindler's List and engaging with that. He goes to do The Lost World. It's a darker movie. It doesn't have the same sense of wonder, and could be part of the reason that it's not nearly as good as a movie. And that, basically his heart wasn't in it. He was contractually obligated to make The Lost World. You could almost feel Spielberg being like, well, I want to go do something else. He wanted to go do War of the Worlds. He wanted to go do, his other late 90s, early 2000s work. And we could probably see it when we get to The Lost World. But I'm excited to watch The Lost World.
Yeah.
You know that being from San Diego, I love parts of The Lost World. It's great. But
I love seeing San Fernando Boulevard in San Diego. It's great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, I think there's
Fantastic.
a lot. I think there's a lot of truth in what you're saying, because I think the enormous whiplash of making something like Jurassic Park that of course has its dark moments, but it has a lot of levity in it too. And if you're doing this back to back with a movie that is incredibly dense and incredibly dark and serious and based on real life and so tragic, it is going to reshape what you're kind of, how you start making movies. It has to, as a filmmaker, because you look at his filmography after Jurassic Park, and he does The Lost World, but also it's like Amistad, Saving Private Ryan, AI, Minority Report. They're much darker toned films than what we're kind of used to with Spielberg. And some of them do have these like moments of levity in them, but like generally speaking, they're heavier toned. It's not really once you get to Catch Me If You Can with Tom Hanks and Leonardo DiCaprio that balance starts to kind of come back into Spielberg's movies, where it's a little bit more whimsical, but it's also serious. It's dramatic. There's a little bit of comedy.
He also did the Tom Hanks movie, The Terminal, which I feel like is exactly what you're saying. He did that after Catch Me If You Can, so I feel like he's kind of getting a little bit lighter. But you're right. 80s Spielberg was like, Indiana Jones, and then early 90s was like Hook, and then Jurassic Park.
He's having fun as a
Schindler's
kid.
List.
Yeah, and it's not really till like mid 2000s that I think he starts to find the balance in that tone again, where he can do something like Munich, but then also go off and make a new Indiana Jones movie, or do War of the Worlds, and then do Adventures of Tintin. So I think it took him a few years to kind of get out of that place, because Schindler's List really was just, I mean, that movie is a masterpiece. But I have to imagine that it does take a toll on you as a creator, and it is going to influence
Absolutely.
your mindset, your outlook on the world, and that will naturally find its way into your next few films. So yeah, and I would imagine that mixed with the obligations of having to make a sequel, you're kind of in this weird mental space where maybe not everything fires on all cylinders, and it doesn't capture what the first movie does, and that seems kind of natural. I think if you're the type of filmmaker that Steven Spielberg is, it's inevitable that that's going to happen. It's not like Carpenter, where Carpenter goes from one horror to the next horror to the next horror. Some of them are comedic horror, but most of them have a lot of dark elements in them, and it's just different. So yeah, it makes total sense, and it makes me excited to watch Lost World, because it's been a while since I've seen that one, to sort of see how he balances that, knowing, doing the back-to-back sort of incredible like juggling act that was Schindler's List and Jurassic Park. But yeah, really amazing movie though.
Yeah, I gave up midway through the next movie. I remember not even watching it all the way through because I didn't like it that much.
Good.
And this was this was me. What year did that movie come out?
97.
Like
the sequel came out 97.
97? Yeah, I mean, when the original Jurassic Park came out, I was 9 years old. So it was set up just for me. I felt like this movie was my age range, like perfect. I needed it. And then I was a little bit older, 1997, Jesus, I was about to go into high school. So yeah, I remember rewatching it thinking this movie's just, it's not hitting. It's not hitting. And I stopped watching Jurassic Park movies after that. Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
it should have, but it did not.
Oh man!
So I just didn't jump into the franchise after halfway through this movie, and I don't even remember the half of this movie. So after that, I was just like,
great.
Plus, I was ending junior high, going into high school. I had other worries. I was worried about girls. I was worried about being cool. Yeah, like I didn't need Jurassic Park movies. But Hector, I have a question.
Hey,
after you were traumatized by the toilet scene, how long did it take you to come back to the movie?
I thought you were going to ask him how long did it take you to go poop again?
Back to the toilet.
And poop, yeah.
I didn't poop for 2 months, man. I was so scared. I got real sick.
I wore diapers.
Went to the hospital. Yeah. The doctor said, "Why aren't you pooping?" I said, "No.
Dinosaurs, that's why."
Dinosaurs.
It took my dad later that afternoon, even because he took me like right after school, and it took my dad a couple hours, got me a babysitter, and then he went to go see the movie with my mom later that night. That's how quick. My dad was like, "I need to finish this Jurassic Park movie. This movie."
Yeah.
Ruled.
Your dad was like, "Fuck this kid."
Fuck them kids. I'm gonna watch this movie. And he was right.
Yep.
But I remember it took, so it's on VHS like a year or two after that, right? They're probably playing it on TV on I don't know, maybe cable a couple of years after that, but it was still PG-13. There was some stuff you couldn't show, but it took a couple of years. I think maybe another 5 years, maybe when I was around 9 or 10 years old, but first of all, I was also obsessed with the movie and really learned a lot about how movies were made, from all of the behind the scenes that were coming out for Jurassic Park, all of the documentary stuff, all those sort of like little specials that they showed on TV, the things that they would show on like Sunday night, like tonight we bring you the making of Jurassic Park. It was a big deal. It was a big deal. So I learned a lot about how that movie was made and became very obsessed with it. I learned about Stan Winston Studios. I learned about CG animation. Took a couple years, rewatched the whole movie, and realized like I felt special for having been traumatized by it, because the day that I saw it, I went to school the next day. I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again real quick. And I'm 5 years old and I'm in kindergarten. And I tell my kindergarten classmates, my friends, like Arturo and Johnny and these other kids, like, I saw the scariest movie ever. It's called Jurassic Park. And this kid named David, this little kid named David, came down from the monkey bars, came over, and he was like, "I saw that movie. It's not scary." And everyone looked at me like, "Ooh, you're a wuss." And I was like, fuck, like this kid stole my thunder.
Hector's origin
So I look
story.
like a real wuss. Thanks, David. If you're out right now watching, David, thanks. You shaped me into the man I am today. But the realization that happened a couple years later was I realized either David was lying to seem cool, which is like,
Most
fine,
likely.
that's fine. Or
most likely what happened.
Most likely. And In which case it's like, I feel bad for him. No big deal. No sweat, whatever. The second version is he was telling the truth. And then I realized I felt bad for him because if he watched that movie as a 5-year-old in kindergarten and wasn't scared the way Steven Spielberg meant to scare you, then he didn't understand what Spielberg was trying to do. And there's something that was missing from him, but I had it all. I felt it, and I felt special, and I felt like Steven Spielberg wanted me to feel that and wanted me to believe it was real, and I did, and that made me fall in love with movies. And then 20 years later, we got to work on the movie, and I got to contribute a couple of shots and make it into a 3D movie, and it's really special, man. This movie really, and I'm not the only one. So many people of our generation, it was Terminator 2, it was even the Disney films that were coming out around this time, things like Beauty and the Beast and Lion King and Aladdin, really impactful movies that made people fall in love with animation, made people fall in love with filmmaking. And, anybody who's working in movies today that's around our age will cite Jurassic Park as one of their inspirations into why they fell in love with movies.
Without question.
Without question. It was in 1993, it was a gateway drug. And then you start to get into everything else, movie making. And then you learn about Phil Tippett, and then you learn about like stop motion animation, and you learn, it just like opens the floodgates
Dennis Muren, Industrial Light and Magic. Like it all starts to
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I'm really proud of the fact that this movie scared the shit out of me and traumatized me. And I would have nightmares of a big
and you were a little baby child. You were a little baby Nino. Come on, Hector. Of course, it was meant to scare you.
Also, I think that kid probably was getting beat at home. That's probably why he wasn't scared of the dinosaurs.
I mean, sure, man.
Jesus Christ, Adam. He's like, my dad's scarier than that T-Rex. What are you talking about?
At that
point, which really, it's true. You're making a joke, but it's like, but I also did have like, even though my parents divorced a little bit later, I had like a great childhood. I think that we can all look back on our childhoods and go, it was special enough. We were growing up here in the US and absorbing pop culture, and our immigrant parents sacrificed so that we could, have passions and fall in love with this stuff and have hobbies. And so, like it's crazy to think, but if the worst thing that happened to me when I was a kid is I saw Jurassic Park when I was 5, that's pretty good childhood. I can't complain.
This is a pretty good childhood.
It's not bad.
It's pretty damn good.
And then the second worst thing that happened to me is watching The Lost World, which sucks. So we're going to watch it soon. No, it's okay. It's fine.
Also, what a different world we lived in where the VHS came out 16 months after the movie came out in theaters. Now, in 6 weeks, sometimes 2 weeks on digital. It's crazy.
Digital,
crazy.
Well, I mean, we didn't have digital, and to make VHSs was a massive undertaking. So,
I'm sure.
That makes sense.
I'm sure. But
one thing I will say is that this movie is perfect. No notes, but I will say I like the 3D version better. Not just because we worked on it, but I think the 3D version really enhances this movie. It's so good. And it's so good. And it sucks that not a lot of people are going to be able to see it, but it's perfect in 3D. And
sounds like we just need to open a goddamn movie theater.
Yeah, and just play 3D movies over and over again.
That's what's up. Sounds like we need to host some sort of live event where we get to show people Jurassic Park in 3D. Oh, that would be good. Good time. Good time.
That'd be great. Yeah.
It would be amazing. But guys, if this is your first time watching Jurassic Park, first of all, how? Second of all, let us know what you thought. And if you've had a chance to see the 3D version, let us know what you think about that as well. I think it very much enhances the experience of the movie. It's really, really great. One of my favorite 3D films. And man, it would be amazing if we could open a theater or at least like host a screening someday. We'll see. Nothing is impossible these days. But let us know your thoughts.
That's right.
Check out everything else we're watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Heroes Reforged is gonna react. Heroes Reforged is gonna review. Heroes Reforged is gonna discuss. That's why we are watching